What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the streams. My name is Director Z, or as you know me from Twitch, the Luzod. I will be putting my links to my Insta, my Twitch, and my Twitter in the description. Please check those out. But as of right now, it's another Lose Reviews, and we're going to talk about, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I was like, wait, is this the Ungentlemanly Warfare, Guy Ritchie's and Glory? No, that's the next video coming up. But as of right now, I'm reviewing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and I have to just let it be known right now, I'm a little biased, obviously, because I've seen the original trilogy, all three of them in theaters, and I'm a real big fan of the Rupert Wyatt Rise. Dawn is, of course, my second favorite, but War has to be my all-time favorite. Woody Harrelson was the fucking man. But yeah, today we're going to talk about the first installment of a new trilogy, The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And first and foremost, I just want to get this out of the way. To me, it's a 9.5 out of 10. It's a fucking great thrill ride. Throughout it, it's just so much like tribal warfare, and there's like so many religious messages and symbolism and aspects, and like there's a lot of in the series that just kind of ties everything together from both the OG and the most recent trilogy that's like in our heads. But if you haven't seen the OG movies, I think there's like 6 or 7. No, I think there's 6. There's Planet of the Apes, the original Charlton Heston. Beneath the Planet of the Apes, there's Escape from the Planet of the Apes. There's Battle, and then there's Conquest. I think. Yeah, I think that's it. And then Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and then there's Dawn. Oh, and then there's the Tim Burton one, but I don't know if that universe is technically connected to the originals. But then there was the whole Abraham Lincoln thing, and I don't want to. I'll do a separate thing about that. But this right here, this fucking thing right here. I mean, this movie over here is fucking incredible. Okay? First and foremost, you need to know there's really a less of that sign language thing that they used to do in the other movies, and now a lot of these creatures, a lot of these apes can talk, and they have like these little villages and tree huts, and they've tamed horses and also eagles. We've seen them ride horses in the last 2 movies of Dawn and War. But this is the first time we've actually seen them handle birds. I think there was a little bit of an indication in War for Planet of the Apes, but this is the first time they have like bird masters and people that like feed them and like call to them and use them for attack and gathering and messages. So it's really developed into a whole civilization, and they have their own rules and laws and aspects and ideals. And so it really establishes the first 3 characters that you know. There's Suna, which is the female, who kind of looks like Zira from the original. And there's Anaya, who's the other male character that's also, pretty cocky. And he's also like a lot of the heart and the comedy of the 3 of the trio that we get to know. And Noah. Noah is our main. He's the guy that we stick with. He's the underdog that we root for. And a lot of unfortunate events tend to happen to him. And things and trouble just keep to follow him, and all of a sudden all that trouble kind of manifests itself into a human girl, where humans haven't been seen in a long time. Like each movie, even Dawn and War, apes supposedly are thriving in their civilization, or like, not thriving, but they're living and they're surviving. And then they're realizing or trying to tell themselves that the humans are either gone or they haven't seen them in years, which I guess is pretty plausible considering the virus either cuts out your speech or it either just kills you. And if you're still around, you're immune to it, or you're also not able to talk at all. So when this human girl starts messing with Noah, as well as this whole new village that he's in, there's also this tradition that the Birdmaster has, since he's the son of this Birdmaster ape guy, and they're supposed to bring in eggs that are like supposed to be like the new eagles that they're going to raise and train and all that. But during this altercation with a rival clan, or like another kingdom, like that's why it's called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, they get like cattle prodded by these fucking electrical staffs that they have, which is pretty insane. They're riding horses and the whole village is burning. Noah went to go out to look for another egg, because when that girl was, trying to escape from him, the girl on the poster, whose name is May/Nova, she pushed him, and her hand crushed the egg. So Noah, before the attack happened or whatever, was going out to get a new egg because it was gone. He didn't have one, and he needed one in order for the ceremony to happen. And his friends were willing, like Anaya and Suna were literally willing to wait till next harvest or next year or next season, however it's called, to like solidarity with him. But he said no, I'm gonna go out and look for another egg by myself. But then they, of course, they go with him, and then they find the human girl too. And of course, Noah gets kind of lost, and when he comes back, he sees that his whole village is just gone and decimated, and now he has to escape. And then when he does, he runs into a very familiar face, but that's not the familiar face we know. He looks a lot like Maurice because he's an orangutan, but he speaks. Maurice only had like one line in the whole franchise, and it was "Run" in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. But this guy, Raka, has like that symbol, that religious symbol that Caesar had in his window when he was just a baby in Rise. There's so many Easter eggs and so many callbacks, and it's really, really cool. I really like it. Raka is a scene stealer for me. I really, really like how interested he is in humans and how he takes the teachings of Caesar and he's more like peaceful and non-aggressive. While the village that attacked Noah's tribe, Raka knows about, and they're very, very twisted and psycho and evil, and they're all about pillaging and conquering. So Raka and Noah start traveling together, and they also run into you know who. This human girl is still following them, just trying to like sneak, maybe steal some stuff from them. But now, Raka kind of sees her, and like Raka's very interested, and he wants to research and know more about humans because he's never seen one. While Noah is, taken aback, and he's very, very standoffish. He's being smart about it, obviously. You don't trust a human, especially when you're an ape. This whole franchise has been telling us that. So the whole movie is kind of feeling like this. I don't know if you've ever seen it, the Mel Gibson movie Apocalypto, but it also has a little bit of like that outsider or like that person that was once part of a village, is outed or they leave and or they're banished, and then they come back in some way a better person or with some kind of boon or something that makes them better, and now their new home or the home that they grew up in is different. It's changed. It's taken over, and so they have to come back and kind of set shit right, which is a little bit of the plots of both Gladiator and Ben-Hur. It's another Charlton Heston movie besides Planet of the Apes. Ben-Hur is a really, really good movie. But yeah, it's a little bit like that because like there's warring kingdoms and kings and like using ideologies and religion and so many Roman symbolism. So much Roman symbolism is what I mean. And so Raka, Noah, and May, or this Nova chick, are now traveling as the apes are looking for this Nova chick, or May, like I said. And then as we, travel more with Noah and Raka, it's unfortunate that we don't really know Raka's fate. I'm not sure if he's dead or just in a river somewhere. But yeah, the movie kind of made that ambiguous, but there's some people that are just kind of theorizing that he's gone. But I really, really like this character, so I hope that's the 0.5 for me. I really hope he's not dead. That's like my only hope. That's like my cross finger thing. But then we get to meet like the big bad and like the one we've seen in the trailers doing the "What a wonderful day," and we see that Noah's reunited with his mom and some of the people like Anaya and Suna, and he can't believe that they're alive, but they were taken to this like beachfront with a boat, and now May and Noah are there without Raka, like I said, and this new guy who has like a crown, and he talks to his folks, and he's like the big honcho of all these prisoners and followers. They're not just like slaves. Even though they do everything you say, they're also like very dedicated to this guy, like a cult, like Jonestown or some shit, and like a fucking emperor or like a fucking Roman fucking king or some shit. He calls himself Proximus Caesar because Caesar was, the head honcho, the messiah to the ape movement and to the revolution. So he's trying to take that title in order to bastardize it in a way. And so this introduction to the character is incredible. I loved it. He's a great addition. I just really wish he had more screen time. And so to kind of wrap things up, there's a whole missile silo base military thing that kind of reminds me of War for Planet of the Apes. Proximus Caesar doesn't have the stuff to open it except for this like gunpowder or like this explosives, and it doesn't really do the job. So May and then Noah and Anaya and Suna finally sneak in through this back door, like this entrance that nobody knew about, got into the facility because May was talking about how there's books in there that can help no, there's something in there that can help Proximus that he's not supposed to have, like weapons. And the apes are looking for something because they heard that there's a way to help them speak. All of them, even the ones that sign. And so that's when they actually find like a book with like ABCs, but they also find another children's book that told them a little too much. It's these monkeys and apes in cages while the kids and all the adults are watching them. So now they have that preconceived notion of history that these were the first ones in cages, these were the first ones to be hunted, and that humans were the dominant species before, because this civilization was built on the whole thing that apes have been around forever and apes have been the dominant species and apes are apes and that humans are just these diseased lepers. So like for them to know that and to like relive that past trauma just from like the pictures, pretty crazy. It's very, very heavy scene. But then you realize that May slash Nova has like all these ulterior motives and doesn't think Proximus should get the weapons in there. And there's this really funny scene with Proximus where she has a gun. And he's literally just like swaying behind his followers so he doesn't have to get shot. And it's very on character for him. But look, I'm not going to say anything else, even though I pretty much described the whole fucking movie. Why wouldn't I? But there's a flood. And there's like this whole third act part with like the eagle training and like Noah's struggle with that. And yeah, it very much feels like an I Am Spartacus type of scene. And like there's a scene where they all chant like this song that was for the eagle or birdmaster. And yes, if oh man, everything on this was just top tier. I didn't really find a lot wrong with it. Even the ending with the unclear, ambiguous, what are they now between Noah and May? They can't trust each other and they might kill each other in the future. But as of right now, their relationship is that, you go your way, I'll go my way. And it's a little bit like maybe if there's any way that these two warring nations could ever get along and coexist, it's probably them. It's probably the only chance that humanity and apes have to possibly coexist in the future is probably May and Noah. Because Noah's, like the Caesar now. Since, yeah. Anyways, this spoiler-filled review, and why am I trying to hide anything? I went word for word in that shit. But I just really love this movie. It added on to everything while acknowledging the past. And it kept everything so thrilling and exciting. And it was so new and fresh. But I really liked that everything's still connected and just building and expanding on this new universe. And now there's going to be like this space exploration thing involved. And now there's a satellite communication thing where they're talking to the space crew up there. So there's a lot of questions that are not to be answered until the next one. But like I said, 9.5 out of 10. If you haven't seen this movie, please do. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is amazing. It's a banger. To me, a masterpiece. One of the best Planet of the Apes is since the beginning of the trilogy. So please go watch it. It's the beginning of something very new, and a new era of the Planet of the Apes movies is coming. And thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share it and help me out. It's YouTube, and the algorithm sucks. So thank you for watching. And this has been Lou's Reviews on the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And until the next video.